Your heart holds your joy. Your heart holds hidden well springs of energy and power. Your heart is the key to magic. My friends, welcome back to this video. Now, that opening might sound a little foo foo, but this video is honestly inspired by many experiences I've had of, maybe an intense experience of different emotions, followed by surrender, followed by like seemingly magical and magnetic connections, or a celebration of life in the profound that nears a peak experience I've ever had. I hope you enjoy this video. This is following the video on sexual transmutation. Hit the subscribe button and bell notification for more videos like this. Let's do this thing. So, this experience I'm about to share with you is a reflection of experiences I've had with ayahuasca, with psychedelic experiences, with heartbreak, with intense moments and intense circumstances and intense grief. And this has happened many times. But recently, at a festival, a transformational festival, there's a lot of energy moving there. Relationships, right? New people, new connections, Also, you're feeling tired. You might be working with medicines. You're experiencing all this, workshops and leaderships and music, and it's a lot going on for 4 days, right? Beautiful experience, ups and downs, hard and, blissful all at the same time. Now, one night at that festival, I was feeling totally exhausted, right? And I had a lot of worries and anxieties in my mind. I connected to new people, and then I was like worried what they were thinking of me. I was anxious about my relationship. I was, thinking of how tired I am and what I look like and how I appear and blah, 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 blah. Anxieties, fears, worries, all this stuff going on in my mind. And some music came on. And the call there was to surrender back into my heart. That was the intention going into this festival, and honestly, this is an intention going into any extreme experience in my life, is every breath surrender deeper. That's really the intention there, because if you have that intention, beautiful things happen. Beautiful. So I started surrendering, and there's this practice I have that's really simple, and it's called the 4 A's, okay? And the first one's acknowledge. Acknowledge how you're feeling, right? Acknowledge where it's tight, the different anxieties, griefs, pains, pleasures going on in the body. Acknowledge. Second, accept. Fully accept, like fuck it. Just let go of all these desires and cravings and thoughts and worries, right? Just accept. Third is amplify whatever you're feeling. Allow it to be there. In fact, amplify it. Let it sing its song to its fullest, right? And four is act or move. Move with that feeling, with that emotion. This is the way into the heart in extreme circumstances, my friends, is the 4 A's. It can happen. This can apply to your work, to social situations, to really anything. Is acknowledge, accept, amplify, and act. Okay? And so when I did that, I started surrendering to these feelings, to this grief, to this desire, to these anxieties, right? And feeling them and amplifying them. And man, my body just had so much energy into it. And I just started dancing. And I started dancing with the truest expression of my emotional content. Now, right here is the key, my friends. When I say act or move, surrendering's hard. It takes courage and a leap of faith. And just the ability to say, fuck it. Fuck all this. I'll be okay. Let me feel what's present right now. Anxiety is in the future. Regret and grief is in the past. Let me be present with this blink of eternity I occupy. And let me be here now. Fuck it all. That's what you basically got to say. Right? And you just surrender and you just let it all go. Right? And it's going to be okay. It's literally going to be okay. And then you move. Here's the thing, my friends, a lot of us don't express our emotional content when it's present and it becomes bottled up. That's why martial arts, dancing, singing, making videos, creating in some way is so important, because all of a sudden you start to unify your body, your heart, and your mind. I love dancing. And when I start truly dancing, uninhibited by what people are thinking or all this stuff, and just start moving with that raw, intense expression of myself. Man, all of a sudden, all this shit just starts to go away. You start moving with the emotion because emotion is motion, right? And damn, so I did that at that festival, right? And all of a sudden, like, I was just like, why am I seeking this or worrying about this when there's like a brother right next to me? Let me talk with him. Let me dance with him. Let me breathe with him, right? Let me go play with that brother over there. Let me go dance with this sister over here. Like, let me stop seeking everything in this base worry, lust, anxious, whatever, and just start being with what's present, right? Instead of seeking one person, see what's before you and trust in the process. And all of a sudden, I started really connecting with this brother beside me. We started like playing, laughing, dancing, moving, and we just started glowing together. Like there was this glow about us. And I kid you not, I don't get many compliments out in public, but I got 3 reflections in the next hour of women coming up to me and being like, wow, you like beautiful warrior man. Or a man coming up to me and is like, I love your gentleness and your gracefulness and your humility and your divine masculinity. And I was like, wow, I feel so touched by this, I feel so touched by these reflections. And I started like celebrating them. I started celebrating everyone around me. I started celebrating myself and this opportunity to live, to love, like forget the past, forget the future. Here's the magic. And I shit you not, that night became one of the most magical nights of my life in terms of the connections, in terms of the connection to, the creator and to myself and to other people and meeting, such beautiful brothers and sisters once I got past myself. But it takes a very strong act of self overcoming to surrender and awaken the heart in the midst of extreme circumstances, whether that's lust and sexual energy, whether that's grief, whether that's anxiety and worry and frustration. These things are very hard to deal with. They're very intense energies. But here's the thing, my friends, any intense energy in the body, in your heart, in your mind, is in fact fuel kindling for transmutation, right, into a more noble state. Anytime there's intensity, there's an equal opportunity for intensity on the other side of the spectrum, right? And only through intensity, I found intensity of pain, intensity of pleasure, intensity of emotion. Through that intensity, I found that that is actually the doorway into the deepest presence, into the deepest chamber of the heart, and into the deepest magic of life. Magic has always erupted into my life after deep periods of surrender, because through surrender you start playing the chords at your core, the chords of the heart per se. And I know saying all this might sound like foo-foo to so many people, but I'm sure you've had experiences that you can relate to this. And it's the truth, my friends. Lust can be transmuted into love. Anxiety, grief, these things, let them happen because they are the doorway to the heart. So I'm going to read to you guys from a short passage I just wrote. And before I do that, I would love for you guys to smash that subscribe button and comment below your thoughts, your feedback, get that conversation going. I appreciate you being here. Let's do this. When we surrender, this is kind of a recap of everything I said, more concise. When we surrender to our feelings and move with the motion of life, no longer controlling, we become present. When we perceive the grief of life, the blink of eternity we occupy, the tears of our brothers and sisters, and then apprehend the gift of this moment, we awaken. When we get out of our minds to find a deep compassion for ourselves and a celebration of others and all of existence, we enter into the sacred chamber of the heart. Only through tears do we see clearly. Only when the heart and mind are connected do we live truly. To be so fully surrendered is the sexiest thing you can do. It's really what attracts people to you, is when you're in the waters of life, right? Your energy becomes soft and strong, graceful and deep. When we can surrender, especially in extremes, we approach the profound. The chords of the heart are played more readily, and all of a sudden, new tears of joy grief, and celebration can pour forth. With those tears comes newfound energy. A hidden wellspring has been tapped, and that wellspring of the heart is full of love, will, and magic. Surrender deeper with each breath. May your faith increase with each step. May your body and mind synchronize in motion, and may your love and will combine in devotion. Thanks for being here. I'll see you on the other side. Hit that subscribe button. Peace.